Milky fans, in this video, we're going to talk about whether or not you should spend your hard-earned gems on scrolls, or should you buy Prophet Orbs instead, or is there something else worth more than either of those two things? Stay tuned and find out. Hello, Milky fans. It is MelkStehul with you for another Idle Heroes video. It is day, 47 of unemployment, and thankfully I found a job. I will be going back to work next week, and so there will be less Idle Heroes videos. It's only when I'm unemployed that I have the time to think about and create videos. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. It just means it's probably going to be less, and the quality may not be as good because I'll be doing it over my phone. But we'll see. I'll take my headset with me, and if I'm up to it, I'll make videos on the weekends. How about that? Because my job is pretty intensive. Anyway, in this video, I would like to talk about Prophet Orbs versus Scrolls. Well, I mean, that's the title of the video. It's not actually Prophet Orbs versus Scrolls. It is in a way. It's more about where you should spend your gem. If we take a step back, right? This game is fundamentally structured around heroes. You're here to create a set of heroes, 5-star heroes, and upgrade them all the way to E5. Along the way, you have monsters that enhance a whole team, as well as gold coin text specifically. So if I go to gold coin text while I talk about it, that if you invest in, enhance an entire class of heroes. So with that in mind, when you're talking about spending at a macro level, and if you were given a choice to spend, my advice would be if you're given the option to buy pet bits or monster bits, I call it pet bits now. So I'm talking about the chaos stones and these heart thingy bobs. Is it chaos stones? The two pet bits. If you're given the option to buy them, I would, because an investment in one pet pays dividends across your whole team, especially if you don't have a fully upgraded monster. So if you're a new player, and you're given the option, which unfortunately you're not, to buy more pet bits, I would do so. If they ever open that up, I would definitely do it because it enhances your entire team, not just one hero. Similarly, the next best investment, if you're talking about at a macro level and wanting to enhance your whole team or whole set of heroes, are basically your gold coins. And you should basically invest enough to max out your I think it's only 4 classes people typically invest in: warrior, mage, ranger. Everyone skips assassin because all the assassin heroes are currently super weak and squishy and kind of useless. And priest, I would invest in, if given the opportunity, to buy gold coins, mainly from the campaign drops or the campaigns where you can buy those chests with the gold coins in it, to upgrade these tech to the point where you've upgraded the 4 classes that I just mentioned. Because the only other way to get guard coins in this game, unfortunately, is through guard wars and raids and flameshine. Which, if you're not in a top guard, it's painfully slow to acquire guard coins, right? So if you're asked to, what is the order of spending, and you were given the option, it's monster first, which unfortunately you can't really do. You get monster bits from campaign, you get monster bits from Aspen Dungeon, and that's really it. And you get it from Celestial Island as well. But apart from that, it's not like you can buy the bits in a campaign box. But if they ever did do that, I would buy the monster bits first. After that, in the hierarchy of spending, is your Gale tech. And then last but not least is the Prophet Orbs and the Scrolls, which obviously give you food to create better heroes or get you copies of heroes. But primarily, Prophet Orbs, Scrolls, in my opinion, they're for food. That's how I see them. Copies, I generally get them. They'll come. Copies will come from completion of events. And yes, you'll need a certain number of Prophet Orbs and a certain number of Scrolls to complete events. But in general, I would say, for the most part, 80%, if we look at the macro, it's about food. This game is about food, right? So coming back to the original title of the video, if you are given the choice between Prophet Orbs and Heoric Scrolls, which one should you buy? Which is better value? And so, guys, classic MelkStehul style, I've done the math. So, how you read? I've basically compared all the different sources of what you can spend gems on, uh, and specifically spending gems not on the first two things I talked about at the start of this video, monster bits or guard coins, but specifically gem spending on things that'll get you more food, more shards, be they 4-star or 5-star. Don't worry about 3-star. 3-star is junk. You'll just get it regardless, and it'll come from the game. But this table shows you basically all the sources of what you can spend gems on and in order to buy food to upgrade your heroes. So how you read this table? Basically, you have Heroic Scrolls is one source of food, and then you have Orbs is another source of food. You also have Seal Land, and depending on what Seal Land level you have or are at, you're gonna get to be able to smash uh, the Seal Land level that you're at or the one before, and get 4-star shards for it, which virtually convert to food. You'll be able to get food from the event raid every day, as well as Aspen Dungeon, the senior merchant. And because we're in that celebration mode and you get the carnival boxes, I also did the math on carnival boxes. Effectively, how you read this table is such. With scrolls during the normal period, not during the heroic summons event, right? You're going to get a 78 point. There's going to be a 78.4% chance of getting 3-stars, a 3-star hero, a 20% chance of getting a 4-star hero, and a meager 1.6% chance of getting a 5-star hero. This 1.6% doubles in the heroic or during the summons event, and I think the difference is they take away from 3-stars, although they could take away from 4-stars. If they do, that's a shitty deal. But I've assumed, for the purposes of this video, that they actually slightly reduce the odds of getting 3-stars, which isn't a lot, and increase the odds of getting 5-stars. So then I said, well, these are percentages. We've got to convert them to actual whole numbers. So I said, look, for every 100 scrolls that you do during a normal period outside of heroic summons, you're going to get 20 4-star heroes. So that's just basically 20% times 100 guys, right? And you're going to get 1.65 star heroes. And again, that's just 1.6% times 100, assuming you do 100 summons. Overall, the implied number of 5-star heroes is 4.1. And you're probably going, hang on, 1.6 plus 20 is 21.6. Remember, guys, it takes 8 4-star heroes to make one 5-star hero. And so I've done the conversion. And if you know Excel, basically 20 divided by 8 plus 1.6 gives us 4.1. And so, guys, I've done that all the way through for all the different combinations or sources of food. I've done it for scrolls during the heroic summons event. I've done it for orbs, non-light and dark, and light and dark. When I look at the numbers, I think it's a statistical rounding error. I think these numbers should be the exact same in terms of the odds of getting 4-stars and the odds of getting 5-stars. The only reason why there's a difference is because I typed in the literal to the nth decimal place, the literal percentages that it gave. So if you look at this, right, well, you can't tell, but effectively I added 20%, 20%, 4.6%, etc. and all the 4-star shards. And for light and dark, I got to 68%. But then when I did the non-light dark shards, 7.5% plus 7%, I did that math, right? I got to 67%. I think it's basically a rounding error. I think these are both basically the same. I don't see any difference why they would make orbing into non-light dark statistically better or give you why would they would give you a higher chance of getting a 5-star. But it is what it is. The difference is very minor. But similar to scrolls, because you have to normalize it for 100 in order to be able to compare each of these like for like. So assuming you do 100 orbs, out of every 100 orbs, you're going to get 67 4-star heroes. You're going to get 33 5-star heroes. Overall, you're going to get about 41.4 5-star heroes for every 100 orbs you do. If you go to Seal Land, and I'm just looking at the smashes, guys. So you can smash every day. You can buy an additional I don't know how many smashes you can buy an additional of because I only buy 3. Because if you go beyond 3 in Seal Land, if you buy more than 3 smashes in Seal Land, it gets incrementally more expensive. So in Seal Land, you can buy smashes every day. The first 3 cost 100, and then I think the second 3 cost 200 each, and then yeah, it gets 100 higher. So the first 3 cost 100, second 3 cost 200. I think probably the third 3 cost 300. You never buy more than the first 3. Well, at least I don't. So with that in mind, if you therefore buy 100 smashes, you're going and at Seal Land level 10, at Seal Land level 10, each smash will get you one 4-star hero because it's like 30 shards to summon out one 4-star hero. So if you go to Seal Land and you go to Seal Land 10, right? If I smash, each smash gets me one 4-star hero. Takes 30 shards to summon out one 4-star hero, which you can see basically here, right? 1 divided by 30. And so that's how the math works. And as you progress up Seal Land, each smash is going to be worth more. At Seal Land 12, you're going to get 38 4-star shards for each smash. At Seal Land 17, you're going to get 60 4-star shards for each smash. And at Seal Land 20, which is the maximum, you're going to get 75 4-star shards for each smash, right? And so take the 100 divided by 8, 126 divided by 8, 200 divided by 8, etc. That's how it works out. Event rate, which is here, you're going to be able to buy 5 of these a day max at 50 gems each. It's going to cost you 50 gems to basically get one 4-star hero. And so every day, you should be doing that. But anyway, if we did 100 of those, you're going to get obviously 100 heroes, and it's going to be 100 heroes, 4-star heroes. It's basically worth, when you convert it, 12.5 5-star heroes. In Aspen Dungeon, you can actually buy 5-star heroes. One 5-star hero shard is going to cost you 3,000 gems. So we go there right now. See, 3,000, regardless of faction. And that's the best deal you're going to get in Aspen Dungeon because this old man, he gives you the best deals, right? Then the carnival boxes, you're just going to have to trust me on the math, which is down here. Every 100 you do, every 100 carnival boxes you open, you're going to get about 10 5-star heroes, right? So that's what you get for every 100 of these things you do. And I had to do 100 just to make it comparable. Otherwise, these percentages mean nothing. And so then what I did was, well, okay, that's how many 5-star heroes you get for doing 100 of scrolls, 100 orbs, 100 smashes, etc. How much does it cost? How much does it cost? What's the cost per gem? That's what we're trying to get to. Okay, so to make this a fair comparison, I had to find the cheapest source of each item. So scrolls, the cheapest scroll you can get is 125 gems on a daily basis, and even in the Aspen Dungeon shop. So the marketplace every day you can buy 8 scrolls for 1,000 gems. That's 125 gems each, right? So 125, 125. The orbs, the cheapest you can get it for is about 450, and that's from the Aspen Dungeon, and I can't show you a live example because I bought it and I don't have it. But the other place you can get it is obviously the marketplace, and you get it for 500. And I'll show you later on. Making this 500 doesn't actually make a difference in terms of how much these cost. It does slightly, but it's in the rounds compared to the other options that you have. Then the Seal Land smashes, like I said, I'm only looking at the first 3 smashes. The first 3 smashes cost you 100 gems each, right? So that's universal. Event raid, I've already mentioned, 50 gems each additional smash. You can only buy 5 a day. If they ever open this up and let you buy unlimited smashes, buy as many as you can. That's a free tip. Aspen Dungeon, I showed you already. One 5-star hero costs 3,000 gems. So that's the lowest cost per, I guess, 5-star hero you can buy in Aspen Dungeon from the senior merchant. Carnival boxes, again, just for this, if you watch this video beyond, what's the date? When's the next reset? So if you watch this video beyond 11th of October 2019, forget about this. This is meaningless. This is just for everyone watching right now during this 2-week Chinese celebration period event. And so basically, I then did, okay, if the cost of one unit is 125 or however many gems, how much does it cost for 100 units? Because remember, guys, we did the scrolls 100 times, or we did the orbs 100 times. So you got to match the output, the number of 5-star heroes you get, with the number of gems you spend to do the thing 100 times. And therefore, after that, you simply divide the total cost divided by the number of 5-star heroes you get. So you can get the implied cost per 5-star hero in gems. And here are the results. For most of the senior players here, more of the advanced players, you'll know the Event Raid is the best deal you can get for a very long time. Until you get to Seal Land about 17, then it becomes on par with the Event Raid. But then Seal Land 20 is where it sort of really starts to turn in your favor, and it's more advantageous to buy perhaps even the $200. So if each smash costs 200, which is what it is for the next 6, yeah, you might start consider buying 6 smashes rather than 3 smashes. Uh, Only because at that point in time, the blended, when you blend 100, so if you bought 6 smashes, how much would it cost per 5-star hero? It'd probably be around 400 or 500 when you blend the rates together, if that makes sense. If you're not a math person, don't worry about it. It's basically if you bought a whole bunch of smashes at a lower price and a whole bunch of smashes at a higher price, the average is going to be somewhere in between. So that's what I mean by that. Event raid, I've just shown the worst case scenario. Guys, I've just assumed that you're going to just get the 30, the bare minimum from every smash that you do. That's not the case. You're going to get way more than that. So the reality of it, the fact of the matter is that 400 number you see there is much, much lower in real life. When you factor in that, the implied number of 5-star heroes is actually much higher than 12 and a half. It's probably closer to 15. I just don't know how to get the numbers. I don't know how to get the percentages. But if you take a step back and look at the so what, going back to the original title of the video, Prophet Orbs or Scrolls. If you're given the option to buy those, Prophet Orbs every day, especially if it's around the 400 or the 450 mark. It doesn't really actually matter. It's just so much better value compared to Scrolls. Scrolls are such terrible value. Such terrible value for building uh, heroes and in terms of how you spend it and what you get out of it. Scrolls, you should only buy after you've bought the Prophet Orb. So if you're a free-to-play player or you're a light spender, here's my advice. Here's the so what. Buy this from the marketplace first, and then, or actually no. If Aspen Dungeon is up and running and live, you should buy Prophet Orbs from the senior merchant first because they're the cheapest, 450 each. Then go here and buy Prophet Orbs from this lady. I never used to buy Prophet Orbs from this lady, but now I haven't seen the math of, you know, Prophet Orbs at 500 versus the cheapest scroll. It's nearly half the cost for each 5-star hero. I'm only interested in food right now, guys. And you should be as well, because you're going to get copies over time. The number one constraining factor in this game is food. And you'll see my other video. Well, if you haven't seen my other video, it's titled What Matters Most in This Game. Go watch it. I basically talk about why food matters more than any other currency in this game, because that's the number one thing that constrains my progress right now. See this? 4-star, 4-star. I can go to the feather shop right now and get copies of these heroes, but I don't have the food. I can E3 him right now because I don't need any more copies. I don't have the food, right? I think E2 him. I have enough copies to E2 him, or E3 him rather, right? 10-star, E1. I've got another copy in the bag. No food, right? You need 300 5-star heroes to E5 one character. 300 guys. That's a lot. That is so much. And so this game ultimately is a long quest to get as much food for cheapest price as possible. And the cheapest sources are Seal Land and Event Raid, followed by Orbs. So I digressed a bit, going back to how you should spend your gems if you're a light spender or a free-to-play player. Buy Orbs. Just buy Orbs. When these guys pop up, buy Orbs from him because they're going to be the cheapest. Buy Orbs from her because they're going to be the same as the marketplace. Buy Orbs in the marketplace And then only if you have any money left, buy these scrolls, these 8 scrolls. Don't even bother buying this. This is a complete waste of money, right? Even this is already a waste of money when you look at how much it costs on average for each 5-star hero. The only reason why you do scrolls is to get those light dark heroes, or like or any new hero they introduce, like Gustin, or who was the one before? Nakia, right? My advice, so if you're a new player, and if I could give myself advice going back to when I first started, it'd be this. Only ever buy orbs, scrolls when they come and when you see a good deal, and you've got so many gems you can't spend on anything else, be they pet bits, gold coins, or orbs, then buy scrolls. That's the order. I would buy pet bits first, then I would buy gold coins, then I would buy orbs. Well, no, before I buy orbs, I would buy the event smashes from the event raid. Then, depending on what seal land I am at, probably most of you won't get to 17 for a while, right? If you're at 10, I would start buying those 3 smashes a day because it's cheaper in the long run than orbs or scrolls, right? So after you've spent your gems in that order, pet bits, gold coins, event raid, seal land, depending on what level you're at, then you buy orbs. And when you buy orbs from Aspen Dungeon first, from the senior merchant, then the lady, then you buy orbs from the marketplace, then only if you have gems left do you buy scrolls. That's the order and how you should spend in general. And for those people who are in the Chinese New Year thing, if you think about buying carnival boxes, don't. It's just terrible value. Just save up your gems and buy orbs. I never used to buy, before I did the math on this, I never used to buy orbs in the marketplace. But in seeing the math now, I'm just going to buy orbs every single day. And if I feel like it, I'm going to buy that. But guys, I've got about 2,000 scrolls. I think once I hit about 2,500, I'm just going to stop buying scrolls. Because it's just such a poor investment in terms of how you should spend your gems. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you all got something out of it. I hope some of this was a revelation, or certainly changes the way you think about spending your hard-earned gems, because it's not easy to get gems, right? And certainly for the new players, I hope you found the order, that spending hierarchy, useful. But just to reiterate, because you want to say things 3 times so you remember. Number 1, you buy pet bits. Number 2, you buy gold coins. And remember, you're buying these things because they benefit the whole team. But after you build your first pet, maybe you can deprioritize spending on pet bits. But getting your first pet up and running is so important because the benefits are to be accrued by the entire team, not just one hero. Secondly, you should spend on gold coins. And again, the 4 classes. So basically every class you should upgrade to the max level, except for assassin. That's where you should spend your hard-earned gems next. Third is event raid smash. Fourth is seal land if greater than 10, level 10. Number 5 is orbs from anywhere. And the reason why I say anywhere is even if I made it, how much does a little kid sell it for? If we look at the little kid, does he sell orbs? No, he sells scrolls. It's too cheap to sell orbs. He's too junior. Because even if I made the orbs, let's say, let's for argument's sake it's 600 or 650, right? The math still works out so much more in favor compared with scrolls. Scrolls is just such a terrible thing to buy, like in any quantity at any level, as far as I can tell. So if we do my list again, orbs from anywhere, 6, then scrolls from marketplace. And so if you are a free-to-play player, there's no way you're going to get through this list. If you're a dolphin, you'll probably get about, after you spend on orbs, you'll probably get here, orbs, because orbs cost a lot, right? Each one costs 500. And even though the per unit cost might seem astronomically high, when you do the math about what you get out of it, it's worth it. Don't let the sticker shock fool you, right? If something costs $500 and it's worth $1,000, would you buy it? Absolutely, right? And this is what you're getting here. With scrolls, it's something that's there's no value there, right? It's something that costs $2, but it's really only worth $1. That's what they're doing. They're pulling the wool over your eyes. It's not worth that much, guys. Orbs are worth way more than scrolls, but in the context of what you can spend your gems on, worth way less than Seal Land, worth way less than Event Raid, right? So if they unlock Seal Land, or is the worst case scenario, I might convince the devs to unlock Event Raid so you can buy as many as you want. If they unlock this, it's gonna be it's gonna kill the game because everyone's gonna have E5 everything in a matter of time because they're gonna realize, hang on, Event Raid is the best way to upgrade all my heroes. I doubt they'll ever let that happen because they always want you to buy scrolls, which are the worst value, or orbs, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, that's the video. A bit of a long one. Title's a bit misleading, but hopefully you got something out of that, and hopefully you got something out of all the math that I did. Have a great week.